Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the Atmas character of our world around us, and today we will talk about the movie which had his premiere in the Western Europe in the recent days, and this movie was directed by Polish Stalinist communist film director who lives in France and comes from the Litvak, so Russian Jewish family, and her family was well devoted for communism. Her father was a communistic dignitary who fall in conflict with other communistic colleagues and had to jump out of the balcony, and her mother was informer on some people in academia in Poland in early 50s, and she was actually uh, working against great Polish philosopher, creator of Polish modern philosophy school, Władysław Tatarkiewicz, who is an author of great three-volume history of philosophy everyone knows and everyone loves. And from such a family, such uh, human or human-like creature with doubtful moral standards is making a movie about the alleged cruelty of Polish border services against, in quotation, innocent refugees, actually people brought to the Belarusian Polish border by Belarusian regime using Belavia flights and trying to push them through the uh, the border of the European Union and the rest of the world. And of course, this movie is in line with leftist agenda that poor refugees, women and children, doctors and engineers and professors only are emigrating great elite. Situation is completely different. These are young men who do not want to work, want to escape, and they were quite rich in their own countries because they can pay to the smugglers to smuggle them to the borders, and they do not want to escape conscription from the armies in their countries very often. That's why everything looks different. We have to take into account that Europe elite is actually now disconnected, like all socialist elite are disconnected from the reality, because Lampedusa is being stormed, a small island on the south from Sicily, between Sicily and Tunisia, is again stormed by thousands of young men who would like to settle in Europe and do nothing, live on the cost of the social welfare in European countries, and they seemingly also escape from conscription in their own countries. And we see that here Polish border units members are presented as these servicemen are presented as cruel barbarians tormenting women and children, but the reality is knocking to the door of Europe and also European elites, but the first who suffer in the socialist reality are plain people who have to deal with this first before it gets to the elites. A lot has to happen, and there is already, if these problems created by the socialist elites reach them, it's already actually over and the disaster is huge. So here we see perfect example of complete disconnection from the reality of European cultural Marxists and political elites. Here there is a movie which is full of lies about the Polish border servicemen and so-called refugees, and real invasion of the, actually not refugees, invaders on the southern islands of Italy. We see how huge the dissonance between the reality and leftist ideology is. This is perfect example how socialism doesn't work and why everything what's socialistic needs to fall quite quickly when we look at the scale of the historical events. All the best, have a nice day, bye.